Welcome back to County Connection. For our last segment of this December episode, we're going to be talking about Community Food Night here at the Community and Senior Center. And here to tell us all about it are Whitney Horner from Summit County Public Health.
Hello.
Welcome, Whitney.
Thank you.
And Jonna Glassman from the Family and Intercultural Resource Center. Welcome, Jonna.
Thank you.
All right, so Community Food Night is a new event. And Jonna, tell us what this event is all about.
Sure, I would love to. So we would love to spread nutrition in the community, and in doing so, the food pantry at FERC, we rescue a lot of groceries throughout the year, and in the summertime we rescue groceries from the farmers market. So we donate a lot of them to the senior center here, and Sarah has been amazing in making these amazing recipes with all of the leftover food. And we all collaborated with WIC and got together and thought that it'd be a great idea to share the recipes that she's been making because they're healthy, along with some nutrition.
Excellent. And so tell us a little bit about the ingredient that we're focusing on for this event.
Oh, tonight we're talking about beans! It's the magical fruit. It's a very healthy, resourceful item that it can be found in pretty much anywhere. It's in the food pantry. You can get it with WIC, you can get it with SNAP. And so we decided that it's something that's just readily available, but also extremely nutritious. And there's an abundant amount of things you can do with it. So we thought it'd be fun to educate people on what you do with beans.
Okay, great. So this is a readily available food item. And so tell us a little bit more about the food pantries and if people are interested in getting beans or other items that are available at the food pantry, how they do that.
You bet. So we have a food pantry in Breckenridge and in Silverthorne, and it's a no questions asked food pantry, so you can use either of them once a month. And we get food from all the grocery stores, so we rescue about 2,000 to 4,000 pounds of food a month. So we really encourage people that need food to come. You can save about $40 to $50 by coming, even if it's just going into a savings account. We know that it's hard to live up here in Summit County, and we want to help everybody.
Fantastic. So you mentioned that beans are very nutritious, and we have our nutrition expert here, Whitney, who within Summit County Public Health works in the supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children. So Whitney, could you tell us about why we should be thinking about beans in our diets?
Definitely. So beans are something that I think every household can find in their cupboard, and they just sit there, and we want to make sure we utilize them. Beans are a really inexpensive source of protein, iron, and a lot of vitamins and minerals. They're really high in fiber, and they have a lot of health benefits. I can keep going.
Keep going.
So beans, again, great source of fiber, and they've been shown to lower cholesterol. They've been shown to lower heart disease. It's one of those healthy foods that really kind of fights against a lot of our chronic diseases. And again, inexpensive, a small food with a big punch as far as how many nutrients they do offer. WIC, we work a lot with pregnant women, and beans are a great source of iron and also a good source of folate, which are two key nutrients that constantly come up when we're talking to pregnant moms about proper nutrition. And so beans shouldn't be overlooked because, again, an inexpensive way to just get a lot of nutrition, and also the fiber in beans makes us feel fuller faster. So it's a low-calorie option when we're trying to get protein in our diets, when usually protein foods are higher in fat and calories.
Okay, great. Well, Whitney, anything else to add about beans, or should we go over to Sarah and see what she's cooking up for us?
Let's see what we have cooking.
All right, we're gonna go see Chef Sarah, and she's gonna tell us what to do with this great source of protein, fiber, nutrition, all those good things that Whitney talked about. Okay, so now that we've heard all about the great reasons to bring beans into our diet, we are here with Sarah Hopkins, who is the chef at the Summit County Community and Senior Center. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
And Sarah, I know that you are really excited about this event, Community Food Night, here at the center, and tell us why.
Well, as Jonna and I started collaborating over the summer, we had so many fun ideas about where we could go with this, and in collaborating with WIC and FERC both, this just became a natural progression about how we could take an item that is so readily available to so many people and turn it into something that's approachable and easy to use in your own home.
Great. And we definitely want to harness all of those great nutritional benefits that Whitney talked about. And you are here to help us discover how to do it in a delicious way. So let's jump in. Tell us about the recipes that you have developed to make the most out of this ingredient.
Well, my goal was to not just focus on the beans, which are our primary ingredient, but also to highlight recipes that primarily had ingredients that were also readily available at all of the food banks. So we've done 3 different soups tonight. There's a summer taco soup, and you can see I've highlighted each of the ingredients on here. So about 80 to 90% of the ingredients in each one of these recipes is readily available for free at any of the food banks.
Awesome.
So we've done a taco soup, a vegetarian black bean soup, and a white bean chicken chili.
All right. And so what are some of the things that you think about as you're creating recipes with this ingredient to really make them pop?
Oh gosh. Well, I like flavor. Anybody who's eaten here knows that. And I'm not afraid of a little bit of salt. But I just try to think of ways that you can take a basic ingredient and enhance it with anything that you have. So many of these could be made with beef, turkey, chicken. So you don't really need a lot of ingredients, or you won't need to purchase any more ingredients except maybe a pound of ground beef or something like that in order to utilize the readily available ingredients at the food banks.
Okay, great. And so let's talk about this. You said it's a taco chili, would you call it? Or
I would. It's a hearty taco soup. It can either be used as a soup or a dip, so you can thin it to be a soup, or you can just eat it with chips as a dip. In this particular batch, I used what I had. I used ingredients that I had readily available in my kitchen. So it's actually a skirt steak that's in there on this one instead of a ground beef. I just was improvising. But that is served with some crushed tortilla chips, some cheddar cheese, some white onion, and a little bit of cilantro.
Awesome. Do you mind if I dig in and
I hope you
try
do.
it? Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. You've got some fun chips on here, nice and crunchy. Here, you should have some too.
Okay. What would I be if I wouldn't eat my own food, right?
Right? That's delicious. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Got a little kick. Like I said, I'm not afraid of a little heat, little flavor.
Yeah.
So this is a vegetarian black bean soup with a little cotija cheese and green onion. And in this one, I improvised once again. I used the beans that I had in my pantry, but I supplemented with some other ingredients. It didn't necessarily call for carrots. I put carrots in there. Soups are so easy. You can just use whatever you have and dump it in there and throw some spices in and make it work.
And I love that cotija cheese. It has a
Yes.
really nice texture to it.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
On this one, I did a little blend. So there's some solid beans in there, but there's also some mashed beans. So you get a little of the texture, you get the creaminess without adding any cream. So it stays, with a nice vegetable broth. It's super healthy, very little fat.
Yeah,
And
I love that. That's
you.
really delicious.
it's not bad.
If you do say so yourself. All right, let's go on to the last one. Which one was this again?
This is a white bean chicken chili. Again, sometimes when I make it, I'll add some cream or something to thicken it up, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, but this is a nice, super low fat. I also incorporated some turkey that I had left over from my Thanksgiving meal. Put
Excellent.
that into there, so it's a chicken and turkey white bean chicken chili with sour cream, red onion, cilantro, and a little lime.
All right. This one's chunky.
It is a little chunky.
I think that is my favorite one. I love the lime. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full.
It's real TV. We all do it.
All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd want to share with us about these recipes that you've put together, focusing on beans?
Not necessarily about the recipes. I just want to reiterate what the other girls said, that these are resources that are available in our county, and the goal of this program is to try and educate people to help them help themselves and to know what's available. So, like Jonna said, it's hard living here sometimes, and we have a very, seasonal lifestyle, and sometimes people need a little hand, and whether you just need it one time, you need it once a week, you need it once a month, we're here to help.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.
We're going to check in next with Zulema at Summit County WIC, and she's going to tell us how to incorporate beans into dessert. So our last stop here at Community Food Night is at the WIC table with Zulema Arias. Welcome,
Hi.
Zulema.
Thank you.
So Zulema, we've looked at how to incorporate beans into our dinner, and you are taking us to dessert.
Of
So tell us what you have done here, because I don't think that people necessarily put the two together, beans and dessert.
So what we have here is our black bean brownie, as you could see. We are trying to make food as fun as we can. A lot of times you don't think about beans being a dessert food, but here it is. Here's our recipe. We made black bean brownies, and we only needed 6 ingredients that we mostly, all of us, have at home.
Okay,
Which
and what
is,
are those 6 ingredients?
Sugar, butter, black beans. We probably will need to buy a bar of chocolate, just a small chocolate bar, walnuts, and eggs.
Fantastic. And I have tried these. I'm not going to do it on camera because I don't want to have chocolate teeth. But they are delicious. I can say
They
that.
are, yes. A lot of times we don't expect this type of foods to taste as good as they do. I am one of them myself. I didn't think it was gonna taste this good, but I was surprised, and I bet many kids will like it. A lot of times we hear in our office, well, my kid doesn't like beans, you know? Well, that's the point of our bean book, is to give our families different recipes where they could try new things, fun ways, and their kids could probably try these things at the same time. They could help them make it, and they'll like the brownie.
Great. And that overall is the point of this event, Community Food Night, is that we're helping people understand new ways to use these affordable ingredients in ways that taste delicious and are great for families.
Yes, of course. The good thing about beans being incorporated in a brownie is that our families could actually buy it with their card. They could just go to the store and buy their black beans, and then they have a delicious brownie.
All right, fantastic. Well, Zulema, thanks so much for joining us on County Connection, and
Thank you.
thanks for helping to put together Community Food Night.
Thank you.
And thanks to those of you at home who have joined us for another episode of County Connection. Happy holidays. We'll look forward to seeing you in the new year.